Welcome students to our maths class. Let's learn chapter 16, Quadrilaterals. Now in this chapter quadrilaterals, the word itself, quadra or quadra means 4. So if we are studying quadrilaterals means we are studying a figure or a shape of 4 sides. So earlier chapter we have studied about triangles. Tri means 3, therefore 3 sides. And we talk about quadrilateral means 4-sided figure. Now here they have given, we have to take 4 points, point A, B, C, D, on a paper such that any 3 of them will be non-collinear. So out of these 4 points, 3 points should be non-collinear. So if we consider A, B, C, they are non-collinear. B, C, D, they are non-collinear. A, D, C, they are non-collinear. 3 points should be non-collinear out of the 4 points. And if we join these points, to make a closed figure in such a way that any 2 points are joined, the other 2 points must lie on the same side of that line. So this entire statement is very important. So what is the statement? That we have to take 4 points such that any 3 of them should be non-collinear. So this is one important statement. And the other statement which satisfies that it is a quadrilateral is that when we join these points, then any 2 points are joined, they should be, the other 2 must lie on the same side. So these are important points. Now, such a figure is called a quadrilateral. So that if I join this now, AB, BC, CD and AD. This closed figure which is formed is a quadrilateral. Now here they have given us 4 figures. We have to recognize which is a quadrilateral depending on the 2 properties of a quadrilateral they have given. What is one property? That any 3 points should be non-collinear. And the other thing is when we join 2 points, the other 2 points should lie on the same side. So if we see here the first figure, now if you see the first figure here, there are 2 properties and both the properties, that is this and this property here, both should be satisfied. So if you see the first figure here, the first property is any 3 points should be non-collinear. So if we consider point A, point D and point C, these 3 points are non-collinear. If we consider point D, C and B, these 3 points are non-collinear. If we consider point A, B, C, these 3 points are non-collinear. So any 3 points if you take, they should be non-collinear. So this first property is satisfied. Second property is if we join any 2 points, the other 2 points should be on the same side of the line. For example, if we join point D and point C, the remaining 2 points, if I join point D and C, we get this line DC. The other 2 points are lying on the same side of DC. Yes, they are lying on the same side. If I join D and A, then I am getting segment DA. Are the other 2 points lying on the same side? Yes, on the same side of DA. If I join BC, then I am getting segment BC. Then other 2 points, that is D and A, are they lying on the same side of BC? Yes. So here both the properties are satisfying. Therefore, this is a quadrilateral. The second one, if you take the second one, 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4. All the 4 points if you check, any 3 points you see, they are non-collinear. That is, if you take 1, 2 and 3, they are non-collinear. 1, 2 and 3, they are non-collinear. 1, 2 and 3, they are non-collinear. So any 3 points we consider they are non-collinear. So the first property is satisfied. But the second property, if we join any 2 points and the other 2 points should lie on the same side of the line. So if, for example, here I have shown you with a marker, if I join these 2 points, this is the line which I get. Are the remaining 2 points lying on the same side of this line? No, this line is here and the point is here and here. Are they lying on the same side? Either they should lie on this side or this side. They are not lying on the same side of the line. So this is not a quadrilateral. Again here, the 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 corners or the vertex of the quadrilateral. Any 3 points, they are non-collinear. 1, 2, 3, yes, they are non-collinear. 1, 2, 3, they are non-collinear. Okay, 1, 2, 3, they are non. So the first property is satisfied. The second property says if we join any 2 points, okay, then the remaining 2 points should lie on the same side of the line. So if I join these 2 points, I am getting this segment here. The remaining 2 points are not lying on the same side, but they are lying on opposite side. One is lying here, one is lying here. So this doesn't satisfy. So this is also not a quadrilateral. Third, again here, if I join this point and this point here. Now here if you see, there are 4 points. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, these 3 points are non-collinear. These 3 points are non-collinear. These 3 points are looking non-collinear. It's not a straight line. But if I join, okay, if I join this point and this point, I am getting this segment here. Okay, the remaining 2 points, that is this point and this point, they are lying on the opposite side. They are not lying on the same side. One point is here, other point is here. So this also doesn't satisfy. So out of this 4, only the first one is a quadrilateral. So just don't say that, okay, there are 4 sides, so it is a quadrilateral. No, it is not that only a 4-sided figure is a quadrilateral, but these 2 properties are also important. Okay, after this we will see how to read and write the quadrilateral. For example, they have given this figure here. Okay, I told you what is a symbol. This is a symbol of writing a quadrilateral. How we read it as quadrilateral ADCP. Either you have to go clockwise or anti-clockwise. You cannot break any letter in between. Break any letter means, for example, if I have to name this quadrilateral, I have to go in a circular motion only. Either I go clockwise or anti-clockwise. For example, after A comes D, after D comes C, after C comes B. So I have to name it as ADCB or ABCD. I cannot name it as ACBD. I cannot break it like this. I cannot say that AC. I cannot leave this B. I have to take that B because it comes in that circular motion. Okay, so always remember the circular motion or the circle. Okay, circular motion means circular movement. Okay, always it is in the circular movement. Either a clockwise or anti-clockwise also. Not necessarily you have to go clockwise only. You can also name it anti-clockwise, ulta. That is A, B, C, D. Other way also you can name. But you have to maintain the circular motion. You cannot leave a letter and go further. For example, if you are starting from B and I am naming it like this in the anti-clockwise. B, C, D, A. I cannot say after B, I cannot say straight away D. I cannot leave this C. I have to take this C because it is coming in the path. It is coming in that way. Okay. A quadrilateral can be named by starting at any vertex and going serially either clockwise or anti-clockwise around the figure. So this statement is also important. Whichever statements I have marked, they are important. You need to study them and learn them by heart. Earlier also I have named 2 properties over here. They are also important. Okay. So if you see, it is said as quadrilateral ADCB, or it is written with this symbol, small tiny box we have to make. Okay, and we have to write ADCB. Now there are so many ways of writing the names. Now here 4 names they have given clockwise. Same way you can write 4 different ways of anti-clockwise which are not given, and this you have to do for homework. I will explain you clockwise. Now clockwise, you know how the hands of the clock move. So that is clockwise. So they are started with A vertex. So we start with A vertex, quadrilateral ADCB. We can even start with any other vertex. It is not necessary we have to start with A only. We can start with D, we can start with C, we can start with B also. So starting with D, what we will do? Quadrilateral D, C, B, A. Okay, if you have to start with vertex C, quadrilateral C, B, A, D. If you have to start with vertex B, quadrilateral B, A, D, C. You see I am going the circular motion clockwise. Same way we can write anti-clockwise also. How we'll write anti-clockwise? We'll start with A. Anti-clockwise means this direction. This is anti-clockwise. So we have to name it, write the symbol. We start with A. A, B, C, D. So A, B, C, D. There will be 4 ways of writing because there are 4 vertex. Now after this vertex A, we will begin with vertex B. So quadrilateral B, C, D, A. You will not leave any letter which is coming in the way. Okay, after B comes C, so you have to take C. After C comes D, so you have to take D. After D comes A, so you have to take A. The third way of writing is we started from A vertex, then we took the B vertex. Now we will start from C vertex. So C, D, A, B. C, D, A, B. You cannot write C, D, B, A. This is the wrong way of writing. C, D, B way. You are breaking the circular motion. Okay, C, D. After D comes A. So it has to be C, D, A, B. And the fourth vertex, we started with A, we started with B, we started with C. Now remaining is D. Now we will begin with D. So D, A, B, C. So these are the 4 different ways of writing anti-clockwise, and these are the 4 ways of writing clockwise. So in one figure, we can write in 8 different ways. 4 clockwise and 4 anti-clockwise. Then the quadrilateral is same. A single quadrilateral, one quadrilateral can be written in 8 different ways. The names are different, but quadrilateral is same. Remember this. And remember the symbol. It is very important. Okay, so this is for homework. I have already solved this. You have to write in the notebook. Now on page number 82, they have given you adjacent sides of a quadrilateral. By now you all know that a quadrilateral has 4 sides. Okay, now what are the adjacent sides? The word itself adjacent. Adjacent means next to it. Okay, so here the side AB and AD of triangle ABCD, quadrilateral ABCD have a common vertex A. Sides AB and AD are adjacent sides. So basically here they have told us what are adjacent sides. The side which has a common vertex are adjacent sides. Okay, so now here they have given an example of AB and AD. If you see side AB and AD, A is the common vertex. Therefore, AB and AD becomes a adjacent side. Now, are AB and AD only the adjacent side? No, there are many adjacent sides. Now, if we consider this vertex D, so side DA and side DC, side DA and side DC have a common vertex, that is D. Therefore, they are adjacent to each other. Now, we come to this vertex. Which are the 2 sides here? CD and CB. So side CD and side CB have a common vertex. Common means same. CD also vertex, there is C, and CB also vertex C. So both the sides are having a same vertex C. Such sides are called as adjacent sides. Same way with B. B is the vertex. So which are the sides? BC and BA. So in this way we will get pairs, and we will get 4 pairs. And those pairs we have to write. Here you will write side, first we will mention side AB and AD which is given, side AB and side AD. Now there is very less space, so I am writing here side AB, side AD. Which was the other one? This we said. So side DA and side DC. First go to the vertex, then you will come to know which are the adjacent sides. So after A, we are going to D. So which are the adjacent? Which are the sides which are coming from D, DA and DC? So, side DA and side DC. Now we'll go to vertex C. From C, which are the two sides? CD and CB. So side CD and side CB. Okay, and last is from B, which are the two sides? BA and BC. So side BA and side BC. I have written the word side very small because there is very less place. Okay, if you see here, they have a common vertex. So AB, AD, A is common. DA, DC, D is common. CD, CB, C is common. And BA and BC, B is common. Okay, I hope you have understood. So adjacent sides of the quadrilateral have a common vertex. So this is an important statement which you have to study. Okay, adjacent sides have a common vertex. So whichever adjacent sides we write, they have one common vertex. Now after that, what are opposite sides? Opposite, the word itself tells us opposite, means which are exactly opposite to each other here in this quadrilateral. So if I talk about AD, exactly opposite is BC. And if I talk about BC, exactly opposite is DC. Okay, I will erase this mark because they are not congruent. This signs show congruency. Okay, but just to show that AD and BC, and which is opposite BD and DC. So we write side, first I write AD. So if I write side AD, which is the opposite BC. So we write side BC. Again I am writing side word very small so that you know which are the sides. Okay. Then here. So we finish AD and BC. Now AB and which is the opposite side DC. Okay, now adjacent we have 4 pairs in a quadrilateral, and opposite side we have 2 pairs in a quadrilateral. Now this is another very important statement which you should learn. Opposite side of the quadrilateral do not have a common vertex. You will see AD and BC, nothing is in common. AB and DC, nothing is in common. Nothing is common means no letter is in common. Okay. They are so far from each other that they don't have anything in common. AD and BC, nothing is in common. Common means same. If you see here A, D, B, C, no letter is repeating. Whereas in all adjacent, you will see that one letter is repeating. A, D, C, B. So in adjacent side, there is one vertex which is in common. Whereas in opposite, there is nothing in common. No vertex is in common. After that, we are going to study adjacent angles. So if you have understood what are adjacent sides, you will understand what is adjacent angle. That is the angle which is next to each other. And in other words, that is if two angles have a common arm, these are the arms. Okay, the sides are also called as the arms. Okay, so two angles which are having same arm. For example, see here, this you have studied about angle. Angle has 2 arms. Okay. So when we talk in terms of angle, the sides will be called as arms. So if you are talking about this angle here, DE and DG become the arms. If you are talking about angle G, DG and GF become the arms. Okay. So adjacent angles have an arm in common. So if you are talking about these two angles, so angle EDG, so this is one arm, and this angle DGF. So this arm comes in common. Therefore, these two are adjacent angles. So in adjacent angles, the arm is in common. And arm, from where we get the arm? An angle has 2 arms. This is the angle and these are the arms. This is one arm and this is other arm. Okay, so now here if you see angle D and angle G, angle D and angle G, they have a common arm, that is DG. Now for example, if I take this angle and this angle here, that is angle G and angle F. In angle G and angle F, GF is the common arm. Okay, so angle G and angle F are adjacent to each other because they have a common arm, and that arm is GF. Okay, see, if I am naming this angle, it is angle DGF. And if I am naming this angle, it is EF. FG. So GF and FG is coming common. Now if I'm talking about this angle and this angle here, they have a common arm, that is EF. So angle E and angle F. And the fourth one is, if I'm talking about this angle and this angle here, these two angles have a common arm, that is DE. That is angle E and angle D. Okay, so angles of a quadrilateral which has one common arm are called as adjacent angles. Here also we have 4 pairs. So 4 pairs of adjacent side and 4 pairs of adjacent angles. Whereas opposite side we have only 2 pairs. Remember this. Okay, angles is very easy. Only see which is a common arm. So for this angle and this angle, this one arm is common. For this angle and this angle, this is common. For this and this angle, this arm is common. For this and this arm is common. Okay. Now next, what are opposite angles which lie opposite to each other? Okay. So the angles of a quadrilateral which do not have a common arm are called as opposite angles. So this is also a common important statement. Even here on page number 82, the last statement is important. So on page number 82, there are 3 statements which are important, which are given in pink color, shaded with pink color. Now here, which are opposite angles? If I'm talking about DEFG, the same quadrilateral, this. What are opposite angles? So if I'm talking about angle D, the opposite is F. And if I'm talking about G, the opposite is E. And if you see, they are not having any arm in common. Okay, so if I have to name this angle, it is EDG, angle EDG. So these 2 arms are there. And if I have to name this angle, it is angle EFG. So these 2 arms are there. So their arms are not in common. So angle D and angle F. Okay. Angle opposite to angle EFG, which is the angle EFG. So they are talking about this angle. Angle EFG. So which is opposite to this angle? This angle. So EDG. Angle EDG. We are writing 3 letters as they have given 3 letters. And next is, what is the angle opposite to FGD? Where is FGD? FGD. This angle. The angle opposite to this is this here. Okay. So DEF. Angle DEF. And you have seen that they don't have anything in common. So if I'm talking about this angle, DGF, and this angle DEF, these are the 2 arms of this, and these are the 2 arms of this angle. So the arms are completely different. Okay. Now we talk about the diagonals. How are the diagonals formed? The line segment which join the opposite angles of a quadrilateral are called the diagonals. For example, in this quadrilateral ABCD, the opposite angle is A and C. So if I join this opposite angle, I am getting AC. So AC becomes the diagonal. The other opposite angle is B and D. So if I join this B and D, I am getting BD. So BD is a diagonal. Okay. So these are the different points which we had to learn. Now this is a quadrilateral. Okay. If this quadrilateral, I join the opposite angles with a line segment. This quadrilateral has changed into 2 triangles. Okay. This is 1 and this is 2. Now we have studied in triangles that the sum or the addition of the 3 angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Okay. Same way, this is another triangle. So if I add the 3 angles of this triangle, that is also 180 degree. So 180 plus 180. 180 plus 180 is 360. Therefore, the four angles of a quadrilateral, if we take the sum of the four angles of a quadrilateral, it is 360 degree. Okay, so if we join this and join this, 1, 2, 3, 4, the four angles of a quadrilateral is equal to 360 degree. So this is also one of the property which we have to study, which is on page number 84. Okay, so mark it in your textbook so that you study them. The sum of the measure of four angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. And I explained you how. So remember this statement. A triangle, it is 180 degree, and quadrilateral, it is 360 degree. Okay. Now we are going to study about polygons. We have studied about triangle, three-sided figure. We have studied about quadrilateral, a four-sided figure. Now here they have given an activity here. It's a flower with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals. When this points, corner points of these petals, if they are joined, we get this kind of figure. And if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we have 5 sides. We know a four-sided figure is a quadrilateral, which is a closed figure. This is also a closed figure, but it is having 5 sides. So what is this called, which are having 5 sides? It is called pentagon. The closed figure obtained by joining 5 points by 5 line segments is called a pentagon. So please mark this in your textbook on page number 84. What is a pentagon? Penta means 5. As I told you, tri means 3. So triangle, 3 sides. Quadra means 4. So quadrilateral, 4 sides. Same way, penta means 5. So pentagon is 5-sided figure, a closed figure which is formed by joining 5 points with 5 line segments is pentagon. Okay, so another figure they have given here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-sided figure, so it is a pentagon. Okay, now at the end of page number 84, they have given here that triangles, quadrilaterals, pentagons and any other closed figure with more than 5 sides are called as polygon. So what is a polygon? A closed figure which has 3 sides, 4 sides, 5 sides or more than 5 sides are polygons. Okay, so there can be figures which are having more than 5 sides. Now we have studied 3-sided figure, triangle, 4-sided, quadrilateral, 5-sided, pentagon. More than 5 sides also there can be a figure which has to be a closed figure. Okay. Now in your textbook on page number 85, practice set 37. In this they have given us figures and we have to write the names of this figure. To name the figure, first we should know the number of sides. Okay, so here we'll count the sides 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as I told you, a 5-sided figure is called a pentagon. Okay, second one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now this is a 6-sided figure. And a 6-sided figure is said as hexagon. Hexa means 6. Okay, hexagon. Now we count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a 7-sided figure, closed figure. So this is a heptagon. These are all polygons. These are all polygons and these are the names of the polygons. Polygon is a closed figure which is having 3, 4, 5 or more than 5 sides. So 5 side is pentagon, 6 sides is hexagon, 7 side is heptagon. Now we count the 4th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. A 8-sided figure is called an octagon. Octa means 8. Remember, penta is 5, hexa is 6, hepta is 7 and octa is 8. So the names are new maybe for you all or maybe you all knew this before, but you have to learn this. Now practice set 38. Draw quadrilateral XYZW and name the following. We have to name these 6 things. We have to name the pair of opposite angles, pair of adjacent side, a diagonal of the quadrilateral, name of the quadrilateral in different ways, and the pair of opposite sides and the pair of adjacent sides. Okay, for that we need a quadrilateral. Okay, so this is a quadrilateral which I have already drawn. Now this is for homework, but I will just explain you all and you all have to do it on your own. So the name of the quadrilateral is XYZW. You can name it from anywhere. You can start naming it from anywhere. You can write X here, X here, X here, anywhere. You can name it clockwise or anti-clockwise. But you should name it in the circular motion. Okay, so if you are naming this, the next one has to be this. Or anti-clockwise, if you are naming here, the next one should be here. So it is X, Y, Z, W. Okay, X, Y, Z, W. Okay, now the first thing what is asked to name is the pair of opposite angles. As I told you, opposite angles, there are 2 pairs. So if I am naming this angle here, the opposite, it should not have a common arm. So here opposite angles. So if I am naming this angle here, angle WXY. Okay, the vertex should come in the center. So WXY. And opposite to that is this. So WZY. There are 2 pairs of opposite angles. So which is the other pair? This and this will be the opposite. We finish X and Z. Now W and Y. So how to name this W? X, W, Z. X, W, Z. This and this. Okay. So X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z. So first I took X and Z, opposite angle, I named it. And then I took W and Y and I named it. I named it with a 3 letter. Okay. Now the second is the pair of opposite sides, which is simple. Opposite sides. Again, there are 2 pairs of opposite side. If I am naming it as XW, opposite is YZ. Okay, it doesn't have any vertex in common. So if I am writing as side XW, opposite is YZ. XW, opposite is YZ. And which is the other? If I have taken XY, opposite is WZ. Okay, in this way all you are going to solve. I am not doing all, but I will explain you all. Okay, third thing is the pair of adjacent sides. Adjacent sides, we have 4 pairs of adjacent side and 4 pairs of adjacent angles. Adjacent side means which have common vertex. So if I take vertex X, so XW and XY are adjacent sides. Second, if I take vertex Y, XY and YZ, these 2 are adjacent. Okay, if I take vertex Z, then ZY and ZW. Okay, if I take vertex W, WZ and WX. Okay, so adjacent sides. We have to take one vertex and we have to take the sides. So if I take vertex X, XW, XY. So side XW, side XY. 4 are there, no? So side, now here this YX and YZ. Now come to Z. ZY and ZW. If you go serial, or if you go in a proper series, you will never make a mistake. We finished X, Y, Z. Now come to W. W, Z and W. 4 pairs of adjacent sides. Now adjacent angles. Okay, so fourth one is pair of adjacent angles. Again adjacent angles also 4 are there. So this angle and this angle, they have a common arm in between, no? Adjacent angle. So if I am talking about this angle, adjacent is Y. Okay, Y and Z are adjacent angles. Angle Z and angle W are adjacent angle, and angle W and angle X are adjacent angles. So we'll name with the 3. You should know to name with 3 letters. Okay, don't make a mistake. So if I'm talking about this angle here, you can keep your pointer or a finger. If I'm talking about this angle, how I'll name it as WXY. WXY. And which is the adjacent to this angle? This. Okay, this and this are adjacent. So if I'm talking about this, adjacent is this. So how I'll name this angle? XYZ. Now we come to this and this. Okay, so if I have to name this angle, it is XYZ. And this angle YZW. Okay, if I have to name, now I named it as, now if I'm talking about this angle, Z and W are adjacent. Okay, so how I'll name this Z angle? Angle YZW. Keep your finger. And then this, keep your finger, that is ZWX. ZWX. Okay. Now the last, here 3 we have finished. Now the fourth one. We finished this and this. Okay, sorry. We finished this and this. Okay, we finished this and these are adjacent. We finished this and this is adjacent. Now we have to take X and W. Okay, these two are also adjacent angles. So this angle here, so X, W, Z and angle WXY. WXY. And to name this, it is XWZ, and to name this WXY. Okay. I hope you can see. Okay. You need a practice. So what you all do is, you will draw any quadrilateral. Give the name and start writing opposite angle, opposite side, adjacent angle. Okay. Practice with this first. Check your answers. Okay. And then you all draw any quadrilateral and you try to give the names. Give the names and then write the opposite angle, opposite side, adjacent angle, adjacent side. Now after this is, we have to write the diagonal. Diagonal is very simple, only 2. So when we join the opposite angles, we get a diagonal. So if I join X and Z, I get diagonal XZ. Okay. So diagonal. Diagonal is side XZ. And which is the other diagonal? If I join Y and W, I get diagonal WY. So side WY. There are 2 diagonals for a quadrilateral when we join the opposite vertex or opposite angle. So XZ is one diagonal and WY. I will draw the diagonal and I will show you all in this figure. Okay. So XZ is one diagonal and WY is other. Now I have done all these 5 things for you all. You all have to do the last one, that is we have to name the quadrilateral in different ways. There are 8 ways of naming the quadrilateral. How many ways? Naming the quadrilateral. 8 ways. I am just naming the 2 ways, that is X, Y, Z, W. X, Y, Z, W. I am naming one clockwise, one anti-clockwise. You all will name others. So clockwise I named one, that is X, Y, Z, W. And what will be anti-clockwise? X, W, Z, Y. So one clockwise, one anti-clockwise. You all will name others. So you should get altogether 8 names. Okay. So X, Y, Z, W. The other clockwise is start from Y now. We finished X, no? Now start with Y, clockwise. Y, Z, W, X. Next will be this. Z, W, X, Y. Z, W, X, Y. And the fourth one, W, X, Y, Z. So these are all clockwise. Now anti-clockwise, we finished one. X, W, Z, Y. The next, after X comes W. So start from W, anti-clockwise. W, Z, Y, X. We finished W. Now start with Z. Z, Y, X, W. And the fourth one, Y, X, W, Z. When you are naming this quadrilateral, don't forget to put this symbol, the small box. If you don't put this symbol and if you just write the name, you will get 0. You will not get marks. So it is very important. Even when you are writing a triangle, put a triangle symbol. When you are writing quadrilateral, put a quadrilateral symbol. Okay. So this is for homework which you all will do. I have written 1. So here 3 names will come more and here 3 names will come more. So altogether 8 names, 8 different ways. Okay. This is clockwise I have written. And this is anti-clockwise I have written. 1. Remaining you all will write. Now textbook page number 86. They have to write they have given the names of the polygon and we have to write the number of sides. Quadra. I told you quadra means 4. So it is a 4-sided figure. Octa. Octa is 8. So octagon is 8. Penta means 5. So pentagon means 5 sides. Hepta means 7. So heptagon is 7 sides. And hexa means 6. So hexagon is 6 sides. The third and the fourth is for homework. So we have to look for an example of polygon in your surrounding and draw them. Now in your surrounding means in your house, in your room, in a kitchen, in your surrounding, outside the house. You will see some figures, some drawings. Maybe the window grill, the design of the window grill. Or maybe you are having a blackboard or a board in the house. Or maybe you are having a TV in the house. The shape, you have to recognize that particular shape. And you have to write that which polygon it is. Okay, sometimes we have tiles which are 6-sided tiles. Okay, so that is hexagon. Okay, we have grill design where we have 4 sides, we have 5 sides in that design. So check out for those designs, draw it and then write which polygon you can recognize over there. Then next is we have to draw a flower and then those tips of those flower we have to join. Draw the polygon and write down the number of sides of each polygon. For example, I've just done for example here, these 2 flowers I've drawn. These tips we have to join. Okay. Now the flower, it can have less petals, it can have more petals. So you all draw a flower of your choice and this join their petals. Now if I've joined, I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This I have got 8-sided figure. So this becomes an octagon polygon. Now this one more flower I have drawn and if I join now the tips, let us see how many sides we get. Roughly I have drawn this flower. Now this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 6-sided polygon I got. So this is hexagon. So in this way you are going to draw a flower. You can take as many petals you want and then join them and see that which polygon you are getting. Okay, so I have got one octagon polygon and one hexagon polygon. Okay. So this third and fourth is for homework. Do it in your notebook. Now the fifth one, we have to draw any polygon and divide it into triangular parts as shown here. Thus work out on the sum of the measure of angles of the polygon. And they have given one example. This is a hexagon, six-sided figure. Okay, so even we will try this. You can take any polygon. I have drawn two polygons. One is six-sided and one is five-sided. So one I have taken as hexagon and one I have taken as pentagon. Okay, and how to do the calculation, I will just explain. Okay, now here we have to join this. See, for example, you have to take any one corner or one vertex. From that one vertex, you are going to divide this into triangles. That is, you are going to just make triangle. This one triangle I have formed. From this vertex, choose one corner or one vertex and see how many triangles are formed. Okay, this if I join. Now if I join this, I am getting, we'll just count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I am getting 4 triangles here. Okay, it was a, I'll write the name also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a hexagon which I have taken. I have drawn the hexagon. Then I have drawn triangles inside it. Okay, and after drawing triangles, here I have got 4 triangles. Now the sum of the measure of this 6 angles of hexagon. There are 6 angles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now how I showed you all in quadrilateral, that when we divide it into 2 triangles, okay, here when you divide this quadrilateral into 2 triangles, this is 180, this is 180. 2 triangles, so 2 multiplied by 180 is 360. Same way we are going to do here. Okay, so we'll write here hexagon is divided in 4 triangles. Okay. Now the sum of the measure of these angles. Okay, there are 4 triangles. In one triangle there are 3 angles. Okay, so what we do is, in order to get the sum of the measure of 6 angles, therefore the sum of measure of 6 angles of hexagon. We have to find a measure of the 6 angles of hexagon. We know triangle is 180. Quadrilateral is 360. Now hexagon, how much it is? If there are 4 triangles, 4 into 180 degree. 180 degree means a triangle. One triangle is 180 degree. So 4 triangles is 4 into 180 and the answer is 720 degrees. So if we have studied that a triangle is 180 degree and 2 triangles which makes a quadrilateral is 360. Okay, this also what we have done, 2 multiplied by 180 degree. One triangle is 180 degree, so 2 triangle is 2 into 180 degree, which is equal to 360 degree. So quadrilateral we know 360. So hexagon we have found that it is 720 degrees. Okay, same we will do for this pentagon. That is, we will take one corner, maybe this corner, and from here we will form triangle. This is one triangle. So here I have got 1, 2 and 3 triangles. Okay. So same procedure. Here we have taken this is as a pentagon. Pentagon is divided into 3 triangles. Okay. Now therefore the sum of the measure of how many angles? Pentagon has how many angles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the sum or the addition of the measure of 5 angles of pentagon is how much? We don't know. So how to find? If one triangle is 180 degree, So 3 triangles, we have 3 triangles, correct? If one triangle measure is 180 degree, the 3 triangles will be 3 into 180 degree, which is equal to 540 degrees. So the measure of the pentagon, the measure of the angles of a pentagon is 540 degree, and the measure of the hexagon is 720. In this way I have done for hexagon and pentagon. You can do for heptagon, you can do for octagon, okay, and so on. Thank you and have a nice day.